Good morning, grade 8 students. Welcome to PA2 revision session. Let us summarize the third lesson, that is The Glimpses of the Past, written by S.D. Sawant. Students, actually, this lesson gives us a short and precise description of events that took place in our country from 1757 to 1857. Means it includes the widespread revolts and the first war of independence, and how the British East India Company expanded its power in India and exploited Indians, how they robbed landlords and farmers of their land, and how they created situations that led to famines and pushed patriots to launch widespread massacres. All these points will be covered, and totally this lesson was divided into 9 segments. Okay, one by one we can see quickly. The opening sequence is the martyrs, means gathering in the memory of the soldiers or freedom fighters. The first scene itself represents a function that took place in Delhi, and we can observe in the picture also Lata Mangeshkar can be singing there. "Ye Mere Watan Ko Logo." Alongside her, Indira Gandhi, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, and Lal Bahadur Shastri. We can see the picture. Now, when we come to the second segment, that is the company's conquest, 1757 to 1849. So, here in the second segment, what we can observe is the year 1757 bears the mark of being an important year in Indian history, no doubt in it. The East India Company rule, and also they start up a few factories at different places. Actually, this East India Company was a private company owned by some stockholders in London. Total administration is from London itself. Okay, not only that, they started some few factories at different places, and all these companies became strengthy, and now they want to occupy the Indian subcontinent. So slowly and gradually they began expanding and extending their dominance in India. On one of the reasons they were able to do so, it because they possessed superior weapons. Secondly, they took advantage of prevailing disturbed circumstances among the Indian rulers. So these all points we have to remember, students. Okay, and the Indian princes were not at peace among themselves. Why? However, they were short-sighted, which means they only considered immediate benefits but ignored its long-term consequences. Okay, so they took help from English merchants to be able to defeat their rivals. This helped the British East India Company in successfully taking over control from the Indian rulers. The British adopted the divide and rule policy. The main thing what we can observe in the second segment is divide and rule policy. Okay, the company's conquests, the title itself, okay, suggests that. And the third term or third segment, it is British rule, 1765 to 1836, up to what is going on. Here in this segment we are not discussing until we get the independence. Okay, so be clear. So British rule at that time, how it is. Okay, and these years how they were led, now we can see in a glance. So these years led to the rise of widespread of myths and taboos like untouchability, child marriage, inferiority of women, etc. It seems our own religion leaders taught everyone the idea of untouchability. Untouchability refers to the practice of excluding a minority group by segregating them from the mainstream of social custom or legal mandate. On the other hand, the Britishers started looking down upon Indians and initiated brainwashing the rulers against them. Means when they are unable to hear their words, they used to treat them black and blue. And not only that, they used to allege that Indians were not worthy of trust and incapable of honesty. So they tried to spread this and they succeeded. Why? Because of the divide and rule policy. Including this, the other work started by the British merchants, they used to put heavy taxes on the poor farmers in greed of immediate profits. So, as a result, the farmers had to give up their lands. If this was not enough, they were threatened, it seems. And now, when we come to the fourth segment, that is Raja Ram Mohan Roy, means 1772 to 1833. Raja Ram Mohan Roy, he was a well educated man from Bengal, and he was the first man to realize that something is going wrong within the country. So, what to do? So, he realized what's going on, how the farmers are being deceived, and also he believed that our ancient culture was great and the people were destined for greater achievements. According to him, the first step was to charge the society by abandoning the prevailing superstitions. So he started his cut-off work from abandoning and prevailing the superstitions. And one major point what we have to observe here is he took keen interest in science and modern knowledge. And he even published newspapers which the Britishers stopped out of suspicion in 1823, it seems. And Raja Ram Mohan Roy, he was well known for his efforts to abolish the practice of sati and child marriage. And now come to the fifth segment, that is oppression. In this oppression from 1765 to 1835, here the Britishers continue to find new ways to bring misery and suffering to Indians, it seems. So as they continue to suppress Indians for various reasons and keeping the regulations in 1818 under which an Indian could be jailed without a proper trial in court. Nothing doing, just putting them in jails, that's it. The British officers also, they used to draw huge amounts of salaries and could deepen their pockets by making a fortune out of their private business. But for our merchants or farmers, they used to give very less, minimize. And not only this, and they used to export goods in huge quantities from Britain. By 1829, they were importing goods worth 7 crore rupees to India. As a result, the Britishers, what they used to do, they grew richer and richer day by day, and we, the poorer and poorer, became dry. And we come to the next segment, that is sixth one, dissatisfaction. In the years 1835 to 56, here the dissatisfaction comes under, in what way? In the sense, all the teachings were in the form of Persian and Sanskrit. So in 1935, at that time, by the time a British officer by name Macaulay suggested that they must translate all of it in English so that the education is delivered in their language. So why they have initiated like this or ordered like that? Because basing on that, once the total material in the sense administrative duties like answering the phone, typing documents, filing, or clients to talk with them, these all things not in Persian or not in Sanskrit, everything should be done in English. So automatically it will be useful for them. So the main reason behind this is they wanted to strengthen their financial prospects that could lead to a promising future for them. They never thought of us. And now when we move on to the seventh segment, that is the Sparks from 1855 to 57. Sparks, what does it mean in the sense here? I mean the situation. The ever increasing taxes laid on the farmers continue to pressurize them and worsen their financial situations, it seems. And the Santals in West Bengal became disheartened and hopeless after they lost their land. Why they were dissatisfied? Because the fact is the Englishmen used to have good pay, mansions and other help while they gave Indians only inadequate pay, very less and slow promotions. And what else it is everything backlogs for us. One best example of fire means spark in the sense the fire. What is it in the sense? An Indian soldier serving under British or European orders named Mangal Pandey even attacked the adjutant of his regiment but was later executed. Around thousands of other sepoys like Mangal Pandey, took violent action against the British but were only robbed of their uniform, in turn make the sepoys feel humiliated, no doubt. And when we come to the next segment, that is revolt. In this topic, revolt in 1857, it is the urge to free the nation of the Britishers continued to grow, it seems. And when they start urging, they even got the support of the landlords that had also lost their land due to the new land rules. And again, all the people were angry and wanted to fight the Britishers, it seems. And last segment in this lesson, glimpses of the past, it is the fight for freedom, 1857 time. What happened, we can see. So here what happened, entire North India came together in large number to fight a pitched battle against the Britishers. Okay, in this revolt, what happened against the British? 8-year-old Conwar Singh of Bihar was hit by a bullet in the wrist, which he dedicated to Mother Ganga as an offering. So students, once if you read all these 9 topics, automatically you will be scoring nice marks. Remember the author, and it will be useful for question answers and extracts. Okay, good day. Thank you.